recall this opening.
17 moves, played exceptionally quickly. It's Beydullayeva against Salimova 2 rounds ago. Was exactly the same line, so Miriam Mikrochan repeats the entire line up to move 17 so far. So I wonder what's going to be. Oh, well, no, I think wait a second. H5 was not played. Yes, so Salimova played something. Yeah, she played rook to E8, if I'm not mistaken. So H5 is a first independent move compared to that previous game. Because as far as I remember, yeah, White would play Bishop H3 and then later on F4, so which doesn't seem to be clever in this case after H5. Yeah, there's always going to be some knight G4. Anyway, a very sharp line, and you know, once again, I'm not familiar with the opening repertoire for Mikrochan, so I don't know if she plays it kind of all the time or it's a specific preparation against Beydullayeva. But the good thing is, Beydullayeva is ready to repeat. So usually, I mean, if it goes about the long, sharp line, and you had a game just a couple of days ago, and the line is repeated, you ask yourself, okay, they try to trap me, right? So what do I do? Do I repeat the line? Do I don't know, alternate like very early, maybe play some other move on move, I don't know, move 5, other system against the Slav in this regard. Yeah, so...
Right. Actually, I was checking if we what exactly has happened 2 days ago.
Right, rook
and
E8.
As you mentioned, it was rook E8 here. Salimova played rook E8, and H5 is something different. So Mikrotician seems to me that she prepared this line because also H5 is the first suggestion of the computer here, and the line can continue after H5. Seems like Black wants to start the kingside attack, and here, instead of E3, which has been played in the game, which is, I think, very okay move, here the suggestion is to trade the rooks, trade as much pieces as possible here, so then the attack will be a little bit less dangerous for White.
Yeah, it's only logical. I mean, after rook A to D1, why Salimova would play rook E8? I mean, you're moving the rook away from the open file. Yes, it's clear that if you want to succeed with the kingside attack, it probably involves H5, H4 at some point. So the only point of playing rook E8 precisely in this position is not to trade the rooks, right?
Right.
So
Miro,
after
we don't
H5,
really have the screen, like our digital board on the screen, but our producer says, like, guys, tell us what's going on, why Black is not making
that's board
moves.
1. That's board 1 in the game. Beydullayeva with Mikrochan. So H5, Beydullayeva plays E2, E3. That's interesting. I mean, I wonder how useful E2, E3 is in such positions.
It's
not clear, right? It's
what comes to my head why she played this move is to empty the square for knight E2, knight F4.
Knight E2 and then D4 or F4 somewhere, right? Yeah, maybe. Like you clear the square for a knight. And... Okay, Black probably goes rook E8 now, since we know some stuff, right? We know rook E8 is one of the theoretical moves here, and after H5 the engine suggests to trade on D8. Therefore, I guess, since Black is given a second chance, maybe just move the rook away. I wonder if it's still known. I mean, it should be, perhaps, because it's not very topical line nowadays, but it used to be. I mean, it used to have a lot of kind of high-profile games.
Yeah, that's right. What I see so far in the database, for instance, names like Etienne Bacro and Leonard Fresnay has played this very position, and after even King B8 has been played here, and White's response was knight to E2.
Knight to E2, yeah. Yeah, I believe it was tried on many occasions, like correspondence games as well. I believe there must be games of Alexander Morozevich, if not specifically this position, but certainly in this line. He's one of the inventors, after all, of this G5 move. Right, so this is relatively sharp. It can still be, I mean, it's sharp from the looks of it, right? Opposite castles, some conflict that, say white's pawn structure is better, but black has long-term initiative. Black also is very solid on the queen side. Knight c3 to e4. Interestingly, not to e2, but to e4. It's a little bit quieter approach, I have to say. After e4, after knight e4, I guess black will probably trade. Yeah, I'm trying to recall, because I think there were some games where you would put the knight on e6, but then once again, that's just a speculation. So what I want to say that if black trades, he's not, black's position is not that bad at all, right? I mean, in the end game, he'll have some chances on the queen side. His king is very solid, in fact, on b8. Specifically, you control some dark squares there. Yeah, so that's one tricky position. I remember analyzing it. I mean, not specifically this one, but the whole line. And it was pretty tough back then to claim any sort of meaningful advantage for white. Right. Okay, so here is that. It's already move 8 and 19, right? So quite an opening knowledge from girls on top board.
They have blitzed out all this move up to this point, and now this is the moment when they are taking one or 2 minutes each to play. Still playing quite fast. 94 response was within just 2 minutes.
Yeah, so let's check the other well prepared. Move 23. She's not any longer on 1 hour 30 minutes, but she plays relatively fast, and also it seems that she knows what she's doing. E3, right? King to b8, knight e4. She played instead of knight e2, right? But maybe that's also viable. Bishop b4, king g2. Rook to d8, rook to h1, stopping h4 for now. And after knight g6, she went king f1. Okay, that's interesting. So she's aiming there, where arguably king's gonna be safer, even though it's in the center. Yeah, but you control all the light squares, and at least you're going away from those.
In fact, I think h4 was a threat there.
Yeah, h4 was, okay, an idea. I mean, we don't know how dangerous h4 is, but black would play h4 if white would not react. My question would be here, could white possibly try to go knight h4? Yeah, but then captures bishop to e7, driving this rook away, and then h4 happens on the next move. Yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah, king f1 is actually a safer, more reliable move. Okay, so white just tries to sort of solidify everything. But yeah, just now, look at the position. White rook on d1, rook on the open file, and nicely placed and so on. It doesn't do much, in fact. So white was better off trading on d8 when she had the chance. Like even here, she could still trade on, here trading on d8 is not very pleasant because d2, so rook takes, black would be threatening rook d2 and stuff. Yeah. King g2, rook g8, yeah, okay, so that's the one. What was the sharpest? I don't remember. This one, right? No, this wasn't. One game, sometimes we're talking about one move. Imagine, like, it's quite a stress for the players. Like, you make one wrong move, basically, right? You were working, 9 days during the tournament, or 10 days during the tournament, half a year before this, and then you pick the knight and you put it on the wrong square, and everything's gone. So it's a very cruel game. No, seriously.
Also, they're like the last day at the closing ceremony, we see so many happy faces as a tour, and you can see the relief of the players, and then they can enjoy their performances. And some players who are having better known, and there are some players who actually are happy with their play and with their titles and with their ratings and so on and so on. See now the first board in the girls section, very important match in here. Beydullayeva has 7 points. Mikrotician has 6 points. If Mikrotician loses this game, there's no chance for comeback for her.
Yeah,
perhaps.
not even lose. I think with the draw, already can kind of say bye-bye, because it will be 1 full point distance between her and Beydullayeva, and possibly, if let's say second place Salimova wins, then yeah, 2 players in front of you with 1 point difference, practically impossible to cover. So that's why, there must be why. The reason Mkrtchyan just declined a draw. So, look, I mean, I believe White's position is not worse by any means. White play King E2, the safe move, and then just play this position. White however goes Queen B3, attacking the pawn on F7, and after Bishop B4 back to C2, kind of offering a draw, silent draw offer, as they call it, right? So once again, the sequence of moves. We had this position. Black goes Bishop E7, then goes Queen B3, Bishop B4, Queen C2. It's already,
right?
they're already second time. And then Black goes Knight E7.
This is very interesting. So I don't really understand what is this Queen C2, what White really creates with this move, and why Bishop E7 is the move that is okay here to play 2 times, and then Knight E7, the engine, the Valbar says that it's worse than Bishop E7.
Once again, I would urge you not to pay too much attention to this relation bar. I mean, especially this kind of fluctuations, like if it's half a pawn on depth 16, I don't care. Right, I mean, if it would be a blunder, then the relation bar would show like White's winning, right? But here, I don't think it's that important. White is slightly better, according to an engine. Why Queen C2? Simply to make a move, I'm guessing. No, but the next thing is interesting. Look, let's agree White wants a draw. That's from the previous actions, we can say so. Then Black goes Knight E7, and it would be very logical to trade then. I mean, if you want a draw, right? Or just go King E2, let Black trade. But instead goes Knight D4, keeping the pieces. So it's confusing.
Mira, I was checking why Queen C2, and I made here some random moves just to check what happens. Some lines here, White wants to play Bishop to F3 to go after H5 pawn. So in some lines,
can't you play H4 simply?
After Bishop A3, White wants to play Bishop A3 and then probably to open up the E4 square for the queen. Queen C2 is a mysterious move for me, to be honest.
No, it has no purpose other than repeating the position, because Queen's on C2 for quite a while, right? Queen went to C2 on move 14. And then it's just there. It's just there. So she went back to, I believe she just went back to C2 because this was the previous position. Simply repeated what they all said. I believe there is nothing wrong with saying King E2 since you went to F1. So it's, I don't think she had something specific in mind. Just repeating the position, you know. Queen C2, Knight E7, Knight D4, Rook G5, heading towards G5, I'm guessing. Yeah, Rook G5 is played. Rook G5 is not a bad move. Kind of like it. Heading, yeah, sometimes Rook C5. The Rook C5, Queen B1, that doesn't really bring too much of an advantage, but at least, yeah, Rook might prove useful on the 5th rank. Yeah, the problem for Black, for Mkrtchyan, that if White wants to be solid, She can be solid here.
That's the
And then
problem,
actually your idea, bishop f3, queen e4 is... I mean, to play bishop f3 to target the h5 pawn, if rook c5, okay, go queen e4, if rook e5, then go back to c2. I mean, just saying, okay, I want to draw, I don't care. Very unlikely that black will have possible ways of continuing the game. Okay, let's check the other games.
Switch to the open section.
Yeah.
Now white managed to king all the way on e2, and black is also trying to regroup in the pieces.
e4, rook g5, king e2, rook e8, bishop f3. So 5 pawn is targeted. And black just played rook e8, so I presume she doesn't really want to return, which would mean wake up tempi. So what? I mean, you can try some knight d5 and some sacrifices on e3 if white captures h5 pawn. Or you can try to chase the queen with rook c5. c5, but even after queen b1, yeah, white's strat is plain and simple, wants to take on h5. I wonder if black is not in trouble just yet, after declining, you know, the repetition of moves. Because now rook h8 feels like really wrong to play. So you've spent 2 tempi, also
right.
It's a pin on the h file, right? So perhaps this last...
kind of that you made a mistake with this last one. Maybe knight should...
yeah, knight 5 maybe, but again, if we take, black really has to have something in immediately. He probably has like knight e3, right? f3 and some, even like queen g3 might be good enough. Playing in spirit of what Salimova did. You just sacrifice the piece, your king is safe, your opponent's not, and then, you know, try to create threats here and there. You can also, wait a sec, you can also take on h5 first and then capture g3. I was hoping queen e5 would just win. There is knight f5. Yeah, queen e5 is like a double attack on e3 and h5, but knight f5 is defense.
Guarding the pawn on e3 and also cuts the file for the...
Yeah, so probably you take on g3 and you're gonna try to play this position. I'm not even sure what's that. I mean, maybe it's perfectly fine for black.
Queen e5 has just happened now in the game.
We'll see. Queen e5. So she guards the pawn this way. Okay. But then...
Is there any sacrifice? There will be something, you know, on c6.
But for this, you need the knight to be somewhere else. I mean, you can play queen e4 and try to claim that the endgame in its current form is favorable for white, right? Because white already brought the king in the center, attacks the h5 pawn, so maybe queen e4 kind of better endgame. Bishop c6, I just thought, can it be that 6 and kind of having, nah, it cannot be right. Thought some f4 ideas, but no. So I said queen e4. Rook h4 is another option. Yeah, rook h4 to have kind of black these pieces to the 5th rank. Maybe white can do the same. Rook h4 and then rook e4 in some cases. Yeah, white's better. White's better, and this will be super important if all of a sudden Beydullayeva wins once again, and her closest rival, Salimova, it doesn't win, then it's a huge statement. You're leading the tournament, 2 rounds left, and only one person, the kind of closest person, is 1 point behind, and also she's alone, right?
Yeah.
So you'd probably win the tournament with 2 draws then, if if you win
You know
today's
what's
game.
the best feeling when you win tournament 1 round?
Board
So
1. Yeah,
take that.
let's see. Beydullayeva might be taking over.
So knight moved from e7 to d5.
Bishop f3, queen e5, rook h4 was played, and knight to d5.
And now rook e4 targets the queen and the rook. You have to play.
I mean, I don't even understand how you come up with this. Yeah. So this and knight c6, right?
And just knight c6, because we were talking about this move, yeah?
And but how exactly?
Queen c6.
Queen c6 and rook c8. Ah, we have queen b5 check. But then it's just game. Just game. I don't see. Somehow computer is not even resigning immediately. So apparently there is some move not to. But I can't. B2 is hanging with a check. Okay. So there is this. B2 hanging with a check, and then we go to F1, and then perhaps trade the rooks and trade the queens, right? Like queen C3, for instance. And you insist on queen's trade. Yeah, maybe this works, but like this works for some time.
Queen b5 here?
Queen b5 or queen e8, yeah.
Queen b5, then taking this knight, and black's king is... it happens that black's king is weaker than white's king in that position.
Absolutely. But that's the only, actually, the only idea kind of connected with the king's safety is this sacrifice on c6.
Yeah, and Miro, we can see that the other boards, the players are adjusting the board. That's
board 1, because there, anytime soon it seems we might have a new, not a new leader, but like even a bigger leader. So what happened there was rook e4 and indeed double sacrifice on c6. So now queen takes b2 is the key move, right? Otherwise, it's absolutely clear what to do for black.
I think the fact that Beydullayeva has already had this opening earlier, it gives her the advantage to know the situations better, to feel safe in this position, and to know more and more ideas. Because when you know the thing, because you have analyzed it, and then to know because you have already played it, and then analyze it, it gives you big difference. So I think today she's very confident and
but that's correct. It's just that I'm a little bit puzzled with Mikrochan's choice, because this opening was played 2 days ago, and it's clear that Beydullayeva, she knew the line, she got a good, and so on. So you either don't play it at all, or you're playing with some...
have to prepare some space.
Reason, right? Because it felt like, look, I mean, if all back, this is your new move, right? Rook a d1, let's say, game's in, now you play h5. Let's move 17.
Right, and the reason Beydullayeva has not won the previous game against Salimova is that because, not the position was bad, it's just because the two moves, he just blundered the one, and it was like because of no time on the clock.
She blundered in a winning position. So in move 17, you go h5, it's a new move, and let's say, to be safe, like in 5 moves, it's already kind of better. So there was no specific, strangely, I mean, one can say it was a very long preparation, but there wasn't specific prepared. So just memorize the line and play it. I mean, that's how it looked. Maybe we are mistaken. Maybe h5, what Beydullayeva played, is some sort of a new plan. And then she deserves all the credit for it. Anyway, she seems to be winning, and...
I was thinking right now that on the round 5, was it round 5 where she lost the game?
Who?
No, not 5.
Whom lost the game? You mean
Beydullayeva,
Beydullayeva?
yeah.
It was round before the free
Round
day.
6.
When she won the game.
Yeah.
That was the crucial round, yeah, for sure.
So then her tournament could go different way, but now we can see that she's in great shape. She's winning all these games convincingly. It's not some blunders or some mistakes or whatever. She just starts from the very big the end and wins it all.
The board. I'm still waiting patiently, so that this third board, girls, eventually someone makes a mistake because it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
The first boards, because we do have a bit of changes there.
The game is not over yet. Oh, well, it's changes. Queen b2, rook e6. Black kind of runs out of the out of pawn. Can someone tell me what's wrong with queen takes d5? I mean, nothing. Yeah.
You can always trade the queens.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Okay, three extra pawns. Surprisingly. I believe very soon you'll be able to, but it will be fine to trade the queens at the price of your bishop. I mean, you already have 3 pawns. But it should be a checkmate somehow. Check. Maybe you don't need a checkmate. Maybe you win. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to discuss. Completely winning, and that's a very, very, very important win for Beydullayeva. It's a huge statement to take the title. So once again, 1 point lead in front of Salima, whom she already played, and that seems to be the only pursuer, right? She'll have the black pieces tomorrow, Beydullayeva, but that very likely means that she will have white in the last round. And that's, yeah, like it really helps.
What is very important at this point, in my opinion, more than colors, is that confidence that she is getting out of these victories.
Yeah, perhaps. All right, billion.
She's probably going on d4 if she has a choice to trade the queens now.
Yeah, I mean, if king d8, was it y8?
King d8.
It was
king
d8, but it's mate in 2, no? Queen
d6
really? And bishop h5. Come on.
Oh wow.
That's.
Oh yeah, queen d6 has been played, and we have a hand.
Oh yeah, queen d6.
That officially means that Beydullayeva is
leading the tournament with 1 full point, right? With 1 full point, going to the last 2 rounds.
So that's actually a upgraded version of today's, because Salima was chasing her half a point behind her, and now 1 point.
Yeah, now
that's huge.
1 full point. If Serikbay wins or loses, right? If Hajieva wins on board 3, guess that means they equal in points. Salimova. Can you confirm on this?
Sorry, equal points with Salimova. 7, and if
both 3
wins any of the board, it will be 7 points.